a day of riffage, is it not? We couldn't listen to these records at home. This was like too scary. I think I'm gonna maybe have some controversial choices on my riff list.
Don't put this in the video.
Uncle Ben reporting to you guys from amazing Sweetwater campus here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm joined once again by my co-host with the co-most, the legendary Mr. Nick Bowcott.
That's leg end. Put the dash
leg
in.
End?
Yeah, leg end.
Into
like
the
a
leg.
Foot, yeah.
That's you. Well, it's great to be here joined with you, man. We're going to be talking today about our personal favorite Megadeth riffs. Maybe you guys saw our personal favorite Black Sabbath riffs over on the Sweetwater channel, and you've moseyed on over this way, or maybe you're doing it in reverse. So we're here today to be talking about our personal favorite Megadeth riffs, a top 5 each.
And before we get started, let me emphasize this. I don't know what he's going to play, and he doesn't know what I'm going to play, so we have to come in with a pocket full of more than 5 riffs.
That's
Then
right.
To be safe, exactly. We're going to do a pick toss, I believe, in a minute, because we
That's
don't have
right.
a coin.
See who can get there first and start putting their flag in Mount Riffmore over here. So we don't have a coin, but we do have a trusty Jim Dunlop Jazz 3 right here. So you can call it for the jazz side or the Jim side. Do a left-handed flip.
Yeah, I'll probably flip it somewhere into the stratosphere.
Go
I caught
jazz.
it. You win, sir.
Yeah, all right,
Son
great.
of a gun.
Ugh.
Yeah, take this damn pick. It's probably double-sided.
Double-sided, double jazz.
Yeah, double jazz.
I wasn't there at the get-go. I was definitely not allowed to listen to a lot of this stuff when I was a young, polite man growing up in the household.
were
that
polite?
I did. Yeah, at once. Don't tell anybody. The hair was
Yeah.
short then.
You couldn't talk yet?
That's when all the trouble started. I got into Megadeth in the mid-late 90s when my brother started bringing home CDs of theirs that he would buy at like local pawn shops and stuff. And one of the first ones that he brought home was Euthanasia, which I still think is one of the most underrated metal albums of all time.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's great. There's some killer riffs on there, really good songs. Marty Friedman is just shredding all over it. It's got some of his best leads in my opinion, including the one that's on the first riff on my list, which is The Killing Road.
Ooh.
One of my favorites. Honestly, might be my favorite Marty Friedman solo. Let's check this one out.
Full of so many Mustaineisms.
Right?
It's not even funny.
Got the two major chords right next
Yep.
to each other in there, kind of that Phrygian sort of tonality. You kind of get the proto form there at first.
You're right.
And then when the drums come in, you think the song's about to start, and it's like, nope, here's another evolution of that riff. Kind of like Master of Puppets in that way.
Yeah, he blooms a riff really well. He
That's right.
grows it, develops it.
You're number one, sir.
Even though I'm younger than Ben, I got into Megadeth way, way back when. Where am I going to start? I will start on their biggest record, actually, just because this has a bunch of Mustaineisms in it.
I already wonder
I
which one
just-
you're going to choose, man.
His use of chromaticism
Oh, yeah.
and also chord coloring.
Yeah, a lot of dyads in those riffs, yeah.
He's really melodic with his dyadic use. Dyadic use? That was a good
That sounded
term.
really smart. That's a good one.
With that said, this is the chorus of the big song, Symphony.
Oh, I love that one. That's one of my favorites, too.
And the funny thing is, if you list the first climb, the first descent,
Yeah.
it's kind of Ace of Spades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine that now. Yeah, I actually hadn't put that together.
Here goes nothing, as they say. Very messy at the end, but
That's a
what
chunky
a
one.
great descent.
The full chromatic walk down, and then like in the second chorus, you get the harmonies on there too,
Yeah.
which are really weird and kind of spooky sounding.
So you're number 2, sir.
We did get initially into the kind of mid-tempo Megadeth. I had no idea that the band went really, really, really freaking fast until we got Rust in Peace, of course. It's a thrasher piece of an
Yeah,
album.
it is.
And one of the most unique riffs on there is that opening of Lucretia. I love that one, dude. It's like all on the high strings. It's not chuggy at
Right.
all, but it's really, really majestic sounding. A lot of cool chord moves, some chromaticism again, some of those major third dyads going on. It's also not very fun to play. So
Yeah, good
take
luck.
37, let's go.
That gave me a migraine just watching your fingers.
It's a finger twister, dude.
Yeah, I've played it and it's tough.
Yeah.
You've got to be in that weird spot where you're thinking but not thinking.
I like those like one finger kind of rolls and stuff. It's so hard to keep that stuff clean, man.
Yeah, really hard. And I fail miserably.
There's not a lot of like heavy riffs, especially from like the thrash period, that are all arpeggiating on the high strings like that.
David Mustaine at his finest.
There you go. You're number 2, my good
My
man.
number 2, I'm going to go to that album as well.
Yeah, dude.
And it's not the main riff of Holy Wars,
Okay, all right.
but the one in the middle. It's one of my favorite all-time metal riffs.
Like the halftime riff?
Like after Marty does his Arabic majesticness.
Incredible.
But once again, those major dyads moving chromatically.
That was on my list, but there's also like a million other riffs from that song you could choose from.
Yeah, exactly. So I figured I'd be safe with that one, maybe.
We'll find out. The
Take
best, dude.
518. Just so
Hardly.
great.
And the open strings chiming out underneath those major
Yeah,
dyads
it's
walking down.
just majestic. I worked with Marty on his guitar school column when that magazine existed.
No
and
kidding.
And we covered that, and he said one of the hardest things is to get the timing of that first hammer-on right. Because it's not fast. It's a slow motion hammer-on.
And at that tempo, it's really easy to like rush those. That's at that speed where it's like if it was slower, it'd be easier. If it was faster, it'd be easier.
Yeah. You're number 3, I guess.
3 already?
Wow, we're 3 already. Holy moly.
So I mentioned earlier that one of the first, if not the first, Megadeth records that my brother and I ever started listening to was Cryptic Writings. And a lot of people, I think, turned their nose up at that album a little bit. It's a mid-tempo one. It's a little less brutal, but there's still so many sick riffs on it. And of course, Marty Friedman's on there too.
Right.
And there are some killer riffs, like the main one from Trust, which has always been one of my favorites. It's got like that big lead up there with the drums and the bass parts. I think there's like some violins or something in there.
Something going on.
And then it busts into that riff, which I still think is a high quality item. Let's check it out.
Once again, it's melodically moody.
It is, and it's like really syncopated too. Like that first phrase, it's like the same notes, but the way it floats over the beat is really unusual.
And it's really easy to mess up too because those 3 notes lurk for longer than you'd anticipate. You expect it to move sooner, it doesn't. It's just the syncopation.
And it's like really E minor sounding with that little cluster of notes, and then it moves into kind of odder territory. It's got that flat 5 in there. Just kind of throws you for a little curveball. I've always thought that was such a cool sounding riff, man. Very moody. That's definitely a good word for it. Tougher than a $2 steak.
You mentioned Marty's leads.
Yeah.
Because Dave is such a riff writer, people often overlook his lead playing ability.
He's a one of a kind, though.
Some of his leads are extraordinary. I interviewed him when Euthanasia came out. I interviewed him and Marty. And I asked him to describe the difference between his lead playing and Marty's lead playing in a sentence. I'll drop an expletive out. He said it's real easy. Marty plays with love and passion. I play with sheer effing hate.
That's a good way to sum it up.
Brutally brilliant. His chromatic climbs and stuff, he's trying to kill something.
Heck yeah,
Then
man.
he does. Kills the listener with, I can't do that. For my number 3, I'm going to bounce back to Countdown to Extinction.
So many to choose from. Okay.
And another chromatic descent that only he can pull off. And it's from Sweating Bullets.
I love that one, dude.
And talking about great solos, his solo on that song is off the charts.
It's really good.
And it can be transcribed.
That one actually is one of the ones that is.
And that chromatic weirdness he does at the start.
It's like 4s is 3s.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I remember hearing that in my brother's Dodge Duster, driving around in his car. Because we couldn't listen to these records at home.
No.
I remember hearing that one in specific and being like, I have to learn what's going on with that.
So here goes.
Yeah, dude.
So great. It's a pedal point, but it's around 3 notes. Da, 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 da. That continues, and then the descent.
Get a little finger warm up too, you know, get those digits moving.
And it's another one of those ones, if you think too much, you lose it.
Oh, dude, yeah. Tripping over your feet, walking down the steps on those riffs, you know. Good choice, man.
So you're number 4 already.
Okay, back to number 4. So far, we haven't really overlapped on each other, except for one riff that I did put on here from Holy Wars. I was also going to use that bridge riff from Holy Wars, because that is one of my favorites. But the cool thing about that song is there's also so many other riffs to choose from. I'm going to attempt to butcher the verse part now, because that's one of my favorite riffs. Like the intro, everybody knows, and it's sick. It's obviously awesome.
Right.
But when it gets to the verse, and it's got all those dyads moving around everywhere, it's like major stuff and minor stuff everywhere, and he's singing on top of it.
That's what blows my mind.
I don't know how that's even possible, much less just butchering it by myself, as I'm about to. Let's give it the old college try.
That was funny at the end.
I love
well
that
done,
man.
though.
I think I kind
done.
of played that last part wrong, but whatever, man. And I think it's so cool to see that he gets through that entire riff. And again, there's major and minor dyads everywhere.
Right.
There's not a power chord in it until the very last little section of the riff. Like how many thrash and metal riffs don't even feature a power chord in them? Hardly at all.
And they play it live.
That thing's hotter than a $2 pistol.
So for my number 4, I'm going to go back in time to 1986. When, how old were you, young sir?
I was a mere 2 years old, rocking out in my baby crib.
But this is from Peace Sells.
All right,
This is the chorus, and once again, it's just got that Mustaine movement that I love so much.
Unmistakable, yeah.
So here goes. A little bit messy, but what a great descent that is.
That one is awesome, man.
Once again, another great Mustaineism.
Yeah. And of course, I grew up hearing that as like the intro to, this is Kurt Loder with MTV News.
Right.
Back in the Stone Age now. And it wasn't until, a million years later when I actually heard this album that I was like, that's the MTV News riff.
Yeah.
And then I heard the rest of it and I was like, oh, there's so much other cool stuff in here.
Do you know the comedian Jim Brewer?
Yeah,
Goat Boy?
totally.
I played a show with him and we played that song.
That's so funny, man. I feel like we could also do just like a top Dave Ellefson bass riffs. I almost wanted to put some of those on my list, like Dawn Patrol and some of those.
Is that great? Oh, yeah, I teach that on bass because that's
oh my God, it's
masterclass.
Awesome. Yeah, it's absolutely cool, man. I think he's still a very underrated bass player. Super nice guy, too. Are we on to number 5 already?
Last one already. Unbelievable.
Oh, God. It is overwhelming to try to decide on just 5. But one that stood out to me is that riff from Wake Up Dead. It's not the first riff in the song. It comes in about like a minute or so into the tune.
Right.
And it grooves on it for like an unusually long amount of time with no vocals, no variations, nothing. It just kind of sits on this riff for a while because they knew it was freaking sick. And I bet you do too.
Nicely done.
Tasty one.
That's a great riff.
Especially that era of Megadeth, everything's so fast, so technical, and it's like, here's a riff, here's a variation on it, here's a variation on the variation, and then it speeds up 12 times. They sit on that riff forever, and it never gets old.
When I met Dave on the last Grim Reaper tour, we had a song called All Hell Let Loose, and I took the last riff from Wake Up Dead.
Yeah, dude.
Ba-da-dum, bam.
That almost made my list too, man. I love that one.
We put it in for 4 bars halfway through, and that's how I met Dave.
So you guys heard it here first. If you want to meet Dave Mustaine, steal a Megadeth riff and put it into your songs, and you can meet him just like Nick did.
But I didn't record it, though. I think if I'd have recorded it and tried to sell it as my own...
You'd have met his lawyers.
I would have met the side of him that can do Taekwondo or whatever it is that he does. He's a black belt in something.
I don't want to meet that side.
So my number 5, this is really, 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 really hard.
Yeah.
Because there are so many, and I'm torn between 2, and I'm probably going to go for the shorter of the 2 just because it brings us right up to date. It came out this year.
No kidding.
And as soon as I heard it, I went, he hasn't lost a step. It was the opening riff to Tipping Point.
Heck yeah.
And it's just
Super sick.
Dave doing Dave as only Dave can do it. And as soon as I heard it, someone sent me the link. I was just like, it's his farewell. And it's what a great one.
It just makes sense.
Dave, thank you for all the riffs, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
Right, here goes Tipping Point. Some open string noise in there, but you get the drift.
That's
what
a
a
good
great
one, man.
riff. What
That's
a
a
great
classic thrash riff right there.
Yeah, it is.
The thrash key of A.
riff. Yeah.
Can't beat it.
That good old flat second.
Yeah, man.
Phrygian.
Yeah, that's right. And it's got like the major third thing in there, so it
Yeah.
has that kind of like exotic sound about it. The stuff that I have like the most nostalgic and like emotional connection to is kind of from, Cryptic Writings and back. But there's so many other records after that that are full of insane riffs. I've just not spent as much time with those records,
Which is why I nearly did Dread, because the World Needs a Hero was kind of overlooked, and that record is full of just wonderful riffs.
There's some cool stuff on there, absolutely.
Wonderful riffs.
Man, how do you narrow it down? Like, how do you narrow it down to just 5?
Let's hear your 10.
Yeah, I want to hear about those down in that comment section, because I'm sure everybody has great choices and they're all correct. There's no wrong answers to any of this stuff, right? But we want to know your opinions and tell us how wrong we are.
On a number of levels.
Yeah, right?
Well, the good thing is, at least you know that I didn't Pro Tools any of this together earlier, unless I'm really bad. So,
thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Nick, for being here doing this video with me, man. Absolute
My
pleasure
pleasure.
hanging out with you and riffing out as always. And thanks to Sweetwater for having us here at their amazing compound in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We've been doing all kinds of fun stuff this week, and there's a whole lot more to come. Again, be sure to go over to the Sweetwater channel and check out our top 10 Black Sabbath riffs video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it real.
see.